Welcome Ardent Forgers, this is our 13th Compendium video. This one is on the anatomy of a stab tip. This video is the 5th in a long series about making weapons. Through these videos we'll be making a pair of nada, but all these lessons can be used in all bladed weapons. Without a stab tip, we would have to designate the weapon as non-stab, and obviously wouldn't be legal to stab with. So to add utility to weapons, almost all weapons can be stabbed with. What we need to make our nada stab legal: DAP, a marine foam strip, a scoring tool, and a brush. You will also need a cutting device to prepare the weapon. Step 1 of applying a stab tip: shave off any excess foam. What I'm about to show you only applies to one-sided weapons. We will need to shave off the overhanging back of the blade. We can do this with a machine or by hand. I will be showing you by hand. We can see that there is a faint line going through the center of a strip. Locate the halfway point of that line and the inner edge of the strip. This is where we're going to cut. Take a razor blade and slice the guide line down the length of the foam. This will ensure that we don't cut into the actual blade. This cut is simple too, just a straight cut down the back. Keep slicing into the foam in strong, solid strokes. Take the time to keep the blade straight. Any angle will cut wrong. Before long, the excess foam comes off. Step 2 for applying a stab tip: score your marine foam. We have done scoring a lot. You should know it by now. Step 3 for applying a stab tip: measuring out the foam. This part is a little tricky, so pay attention. We want the first layer to have enough coverage to stick to the blade. To ensure this, single-sided weapons are done one way, double-sided weapons are done another. For single-sided weapons, we have to make sure the tip foam is at least 1 inch lower than the shaved-off foam on the back of the blade. The front can match length. For the second layer, we measure it differently too. For this layer, we only overhang the foam about 1 inch on the edges. This is because the next step is shaving the tip and excess is wasted. For the double-sided blade, we want to measure the tip foam about 3 inches down each side. Because we didn't shave it, we don't have to reinforce in the same way. As for the second layer, measure out about 1 inch of overhang. Again, because after slicing the stab tip, excess foam is wasted. Now, a quick fun fact. Because we don't cut off excess foam on a double-sided weapon, we could apply the tip immediately after dapping the blade. This removes a day of wait time, so doubles take 1 less day to make. Step 4 is dapping the foam. This step is no different than the many times we have dapped. You should know this by now too. Step 5 of applying a stab tip is positioning. Take the foam in hand like shown. Find the approximate middle of the tip of the weapon. We now gently lay the foam starting from the center. Gently press the foam onto the sides, ensuring the edges are lined up. This is to ensure the tip is centered and lined up. Now, let's do it again for the second layer. Center the foam, lie it gently onto the foam starting from the center. Then line up the edges and press the foam in for a strong bond.
Here we are putting the first layer onto the double-sided weapon. Notice how the process is basically the same. I even offset the tip a little. It's not a big deal.
Here we are centering the second layer, same process as before.
And there we go. You have your first stab tip. Happy forging.